Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for tonight's town hall meeting. Before we begin, I'd like to make sure everyone can hear me okay, so please just type the word yes into the chat box if you can hear me. Great. Each attendee is in listen-only mode to avoid having background noises that may distract you from listening. Throughout the presentation, a staff member will be managing the chat and question box on your Zoom control panel. If you have any questions or responses during the presentation, please type them into the chat box. We've got a ton of speakers tonight. We're very excited to bring you some more information about AMHCA and what we've been up to. At this time, I'm now going to turn it over to Dr. Beverly Smith.
Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Beverly Smith, the interim CEO ED for the American Mental Health Counselors Association. I am honored to serve. I'm honored to work along with you in our profession. We have an awesome lineup tonight to share information with you about the profession. What are we doing? And the happenings within AMHCA. So without any delay, we will go ahead and get started. We have a host of speakers for this evening. We have Dr. Sanders Burnett, who is our president, our current sitting president. We have Dr. Fred Dombrowski, who's our immediate past president, Dr. Young Soo Moo, who's our president-elect, and we have other speakers, including Dr. Dominique Avery. She is AMHCA's Counseling Compact Chair, and we have Heather Cromwell, our membership chair. At this time, I will turn it over to our current president, Dr. Sanders Burnett.
Good evening and greetings, everyone. I am honored to serve as your current president of the American Mental Health Counselors Association. The American Mental Health Counselors Association is the only organization working exclusively for the mental health counseling profession. Just to review, the American Mental Health Counselors Association's goal, our vision is to position clinical mental health counselors to meet the healthcare needs of those that we serve while we are advancing the profession. Our mission statement is to advance the profession of clinical mental health counseling by setting the standards with care, collaboration, developing and maintaining partnerships with other organizations and associations in order to increase our visibility at the local level, at the national, state level, as well as our national level. I am honored for you to be here tonight at our town hall meeting. We are also working towards advocacy to increase access to Medicare provider status. And you will hear more about that as we move forward with our town hall meeting. Our focus also is on research to propose and support research priorities that support evidence-based treatment outcomes and the co-occurring biological underpinning of mental health disorders. We're also working with ethical practices, promote a diverse and inclusive AMHCA culture and community. As you're aware, and we would love for you to attend our education and our training and professional development webinars and opportunities that will provide and support professional development in various areas as we listen to our experts that are members of AMHCA, as well as our guest speakers. I would like to share with you my goals as president for 2023-2024. We are strategically focused on increasing AMHCA's vision and mission. First, we have been working diligently on strengthening AMHCA's infrastructure. We would also love to increase our visibility in order to be that go-to organization in the field of clinical mental health counseling. In order to do that, we need to build capacity because a lot of our work is done at the ground level in the committees. Of course, we need to increase our membership status in order to do that, as well as looking at succession planning and We have been in existence for 47 years, and we would love to continue to be that go-to organization and be around for many, many more years. So in order to do that, we need to continue to facilitate leadership development. Let's talk about how we strengthen our AMHCA's infrastructure. We've been working with the executive committee, the board of directors, as well as our staff to strengthen the internal systems of AMHCA by upgrading our infrastructure and expanding the capacity of our staff, as well as our committees, while ensuring internal collaboration between all stakeholders. We desire to work with collaboration instead of in isolation. We have worked strategically on approving our budget, our operational budget. We now have an action plan, our strategic plan. We've approved our policies and procedures, as well as our board manual, and the opportunity to give our members the opportunity to attend and have comments during our board meeting. So we have approved a public commenting guideline. Of course, we've approved our position statement, our code of conduct. We've also worked on approving our bylaws and look forward to them going out to you all for your comments very soon. As we look at building capacity, we currently have 37 AMHCA states and 1 state that is pending. My goal has been to actualize a membership committee designed to recruit, retain, and reclaim members as we focus on increasing AMHCA's membership by 20% as we build the capacity to do the work. And I'm honored to have our committee chair, Heather Crowell, who will talk to you more about how we can recruit, retain, and reclaim AMHCA members. One thing that we would like for you to do, you may ask, how can I be a part of that? Well, we're asking each state to encourage at least 15 new members to join AMHCA. Of course, we need people to know who we are and what we do. So we need to increase our visibility by building relationships with allied professionals and organizations that are deemed to be relevant to the work of AMHCA. As we are working, we are part of various organizations. We are part of the Counseling Compact Commission. We have our intern CEO, ED, Dr. Beverly Smith, who serves on that commission as the ex officio of the Counseling Compact Commission. We also have, we are also a member of the Medicare Mental Health Workforce Coalition, the American Association of Suicidology, and we have also had a certification course that's been offered this year through September, from September through October. We are a member of the International Association for Counseling, NADAC, the Mental Health American National Council of Behavioral Health, Chi Sigma, TPN, as well as we have partnered with the Beck Institute to bring a webinar to us this year for certification. We are part of AAMFT, as well as the Telemental Health IAC. We have also tried to increase our visibility in LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and we're asking you to please use your social media to increase our presence. We currently have our publications, the Advocate magazine, the Journal of Mental Health Counseling. And did you notice that we currently now have a email, definitely a weekly newsletter that you can receive on a weekly basis. So please stay informed as we grow. Let's talk about connecting with graduate students and emerging professionals. Whenever I was a graduate student, I was introduced to my local chapter, and that left a lasting impression on me. And now I serve you as the national president. So I would like for us to reach back and build a capacity and connect with institutions of higher education to increase the awareness of AMHCA and the benefits of joining not only a professional counselor association, however, joining AMHCA. I would also love to develop a training institute and have at least 5 AMHCA ambassadors. And our regional directors have agreed to market AMHCA in their region as they serve as our ambassadors. You will hear more about this goal as we move into the new year. One of my goals this year is to develop a leadership institute. I believe that the potential for greatness lives within each and every one of us. Let's focus on possibilities. In order to move forward with enhancing succession planning, I have launched a leadership institute for emerging AMHCA leaders designed to equip current members as well as prospective members and emerging professionals to serve as AMHCA leaders, not only to serve as AMHCA leaders as those positions open, but equip these aspirants to serve on committees. We need a cadre of new leaders with fresh ideas, with energy, enthusiastic to be trained in the leadership roles by attending monthly training sessions that will be led by our current members. We would like for you to encourage at least 5 members in your state to apply to be a member of the Leadership Institute. They will be attending a virtual training once or twice a month that will take place for an hour and a half, and equip them to be knowledgeable about the operations and how to serve in those various positions. And this will also be held with Jerry Stevens, our chapter relations committee. She will be pivotal in helping us move this initiative forward. Another goal is to increase our credentialing and certification arena, to revamp and restructure our certification and credentialing committee to support the fidelity of the credentials. We would love to promote our credentials. We have various credentials in specialty areas, and so we need members to apply for these credentials. And we would love to award more diplomats or fellows. We want to ensure a seamless process for our applications as well as reviews and renewals. Once again, we want to continue the initiative that Dr. Beverly Smith started, and that is multicultural and social justice. We want to make sure that we identify opportunities to support multiculturalism and social justice, to demonstrate the value and worth in all of our members. We represent the diverse population that we serve. We would love to empower our social advocacy and social justice and clinical mental health counseling with humility, as well as promote opportunities for self-awareness and professional growth for the inclusion of cultural competency, humility, and proficiency in our scope of practice, as well as institute restorative practice protocol. So join me in implementing and achieving my goals as president for 2023 and 2024. So at this time, I'm going to pass the speaker to our membership chair, Ms. Heather Crowell.
Thank you, Dr. Sanders Burnett, for the introduction. My name is Heather Kroll. I'm the membership chair of AMHCA. It is my great pleasure to present to you tonight. Really, it's to talk about membership and the benefits of membership. And all of you are here. You're all AMHCA members. We are really focusing this year on a goal of obtaining and maintaining membership, giving you value for your membership, and really helping everyone to become a member. That really there's a membership category for everybody. There's an AMHCA category for everybody. So, when we look at membership, we look at our student members. I think it's really important that we bring our students into the fold, because students really are our future. By starting to work with them now, we can really get them to be the leaders that we will need to continue to propel this organization forward in the next 5, 10, 15 years. As we've said, AMHCA is 47 years old, but those of us who have been AMHCA members for a while know that our time is going to come to an end at some point, and we need people who are going to take that torch and carry it forward. So the benefit of student members is really that free liability assurance from CPH. It's a really important thing. We have emerging professionals. For those of us who are just coming into the field, who are relatively new, we have the professional members as well. And I really want to highlight the unified dues, that you can become a member as well as a member of your state professional organization. We need our state chapters to be strong. We need them to help guide us as a larger organization. And so the more that we can bring states into the fold and really have that strong state organization, the better we will be as a national organization. So there are a lot of states that you can be a unified dues member. I'm from New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a strong unified dues state. We really try to encourage people to become AMHCA members as well as non-AMHCA members, and really be active in both organizations. As you can see, there are a lot of other states, some of our larger chapters like Florida and Washington. They're both very active chapters in AMHCA as well as in their state. So anything that we can do to help people be active in their state as well as in their national organization is really, really crucial here. Some benefits of being a member of AMHCA is the 4 quarterly issues of the Journal of Mental Health Counseling. I love that journal. I love to pull it out. I have taught ethics before. I love to look for that for our articles. I love that as well, to be able to show that we provide quality research and quality information to our members. Being able to get out information on member access events like this, or member only webinars that are available. Anybody can attend our conference, but having more things that go along with that are member only are important. This is the organization that advocates for the profession and advocates for those who are clinical mental health counselors. This is the only organization that's the sole purpose of it, So the more that we can build a community of peers, a network people that you can connect around. One of the things that we do have is our message board. I think a lot of you might see the emails that come out. I love to get those emails and be able to see what kinds of questions people are asking, and how are we engaging in discussions, because things in Washington are different than things in New Hampshire at times. So how are we doing that? Some membership benefits include the discounted professional liability insurance through CPH. We also have more opportunities to post and apply for jobs, take part in the online forum, access webinars and home study courses. We all need CEUs. We all need credentialing. So being able to access those things through AMHCA. And then we have our partner savings list. And that's something that we really want to continue to grow. If you think about value added and what we can do for to get out of our membership, it's things like discounts through Psychology Today, discounts through Triad, which will help with training, discounts through CPH. I know every time I renew my CPH insurance, I get that discount, and it's, even if it's just a little bit of savings, it is really just a helpful piece that will help me. Especially, I have 2 policies through CPH, so I'm like, any little savings will count. Different organizations that we can have membership through. It is an area we really want to grow. As we have said, we want to grow membership. We have a couple focuses that we are working on. We are focusing on trying to increase our student membership. And one thing that our membership committee would really like to do is gain access to the active schools and universities in each state, to really target those students and talk about the reasons why AMHCA is an organization that they should join right at the beginning and get access to that liability insurance, and why they should be encouraging their students to be a part of AMHCA over any other professional organization. So we're really focusing on that population. We're really trying to get connected, but we also cannot forget about our professional members, our emerging professionals, our retired members. Everybody should come into the fold and help advocate for this organization. It's a great organization. It's an organization that wants to continue to offer quality programming, and we can't do that alone. We need our members in order to allow us to do that. We are hoping for a gain of 20% this year. We're hoping to be able to add more members from each state. We'd love to be able to add more states, more chapters that are AMHCA states. Those are goals. I always talk about my big dreams in my Heather dream world, as I like to call it. I have big dreams for this organization and can really see that it has so much potential to be an amazing organization. For more information, please feel free to contact me. You can contact Melissa McShepard, who is the Director of Membership. You can contact myself. I'm always happy to answer questions. If people have suggestions, if they have somebody they want me to contact, if they want me to just kind of go on a rant about membership and why you should be an AMHCA member, I am always happy to do that. I'm always willing to talk about a variety of different topics as well. Mostly these days I talk about parenting toddlers. So I'm always happy to talk about something other than that. And please feel free to reach out to me if you have questions. That's all I have. Thank you.
Well, hello everyone, and I would like to give a quick shout out to Jennifer Gutierrez. In your chat, you indicated that you are interested in leadership sessions as you just started your graduate degree program. And here we are at the University of Bridgeport with my graduate students right here attending the first AMHCA meeting. Make some noise, everyone. Hi. And the funny thing is, for our class tonight, specifically in our ethics class, we were talking about the benefits specifically of getting insurance. And what do you get if you join as a student? You join AMHCA as a student, what do you get? Insurance. Insurance, yes. So please consider joining, especially for students. We definitely want students to join the national organizations and the local organizations. I cannot stress enough the benefits of supporting AMHCA and joining leadership. We don't care if you're a student. We don't care if you've been in the field for 50 years. We value the voice of every counselor that we work with. Additionally, we know that you support various communities and that your expertise will be making a difference. Our mission is to help the profession evolve and grow. There's so much more that we can be doing. Within that, if we all work together, who knows what we can achieve. So this is an opportunity to enact diversity, equity, and inclusion. We hear those words all the time about diversity, equity, and inclusion. We need those diverse voices, but we as clinical mental health counselors have an obligation to meet those we serve where they are at. We cannot expect patients to change for us. We have to meet them. So because of the diversity of our members, we want your voice. So we sincerely appreciate it. So options for leadership, there are committees. So there is a leadership committee specifically to help people become connected and consider options. Every year, we are looking for a new president. So the presidential term is technically for 1 year, but you serve that in 3 years. So first you serve as the president-elect, then the president, and then the past president. So currently right now, I am the past president, and Dr. Deidre Sanders is doing all the heavy lifting for me, and I just get to sit back and be supportive as is. But within that, we also need regional directors, committee chairs, and even consider joining a committee. Or if you would like, we also have an awards committee. We like to recognize the wonderful work of our members. So for the president-elect, submitting the annual AMHCA plan of action and budget for board approval and fulfilling the 2 progress reports and the end of the year report built on the goals and the AMHCA strategic plan for the upcoming year. In the absence of the president, assuming the role of the president will with all the authority and responsibility, serving on the AMHCA executive committee, serving on the AMHCA finance committee, serving as a liaison to AMHCA committees and task forces and other AMHCA entities, carrying out responsibilities as requested at all board meetings, AMHCA conventions, mentor members to serve in any upcoming vacancies and expired appointed positions, planning and implementing activities to provide transition for incoming and outgoing board members, and writing articles for the Advocate magazine. I cannot stress enough how much not only do we love our Journal of Mental Health Counseling, but I also love the Advocate magazine, and I strongly encourage everyone to please write something in there. We need to hear from you. You can also apply to be a regional director, formulating goals and plans of the functions for the year, reporting progress to the board meeting, summarizing goals for the end of the year. You represent the interests and the needs and concerns of mental health counselors in that respective region. So there are various states which will work together. So I'm in the Northeast, so we work together with Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont. We have a very good, close relationship. Overseeing and coordinating the work of the assistant regional director to promote the needs and interests of those represented in the region. Serving as a liaison to AMHCA committees and other AMHCA entities as assigned and to other organizations, institutions, and associations approved. Developing leadership through the participation in leadership training and supporting the development of emerging leaders for AMHCA and state branches. Review the state chapter standards and procedures for annual charter renewal and make recommendations to the AMHCA board of directors, and carrying out responsibilities as requested at all board meetings and other special meetings. And once again, writing articles for the Advocate magazine. Now, within that, part of my job, the fun thing about being the past president, is I get to help us look for our new and emerging leaders. So I'm encouraging people to consider joining me for the nominations and elections committee. We want to be sure to obtain a diverse group of members to apply for various openings. We would like to have multiple people apply for a potential president or president-elect position. We want to build connections with future potential leaders. When people join, it's great to actually hear what people are passionate about, and then also use their talents to help us all grow. We do foster collaboration and growth, and each nominee will have a basic requirements which must be met in order for them to meet criteria for nomination. That includes state licensure, AMHCA member in good standing, and support from their state chapter. They have to provide people information about the application process and inform the board of directors of members who meet criteria for elections and establish and engage in the elections process. So the process, AMHCA will have leadership webinars starting in 2024 for preparation. Open call for nominees will be in early 2024. Nominees will be reviewed to meet criteria by the committee. Potential nominees will be informed that they have or have not met criteria. Nominees will be asked to provide a headshot and a bio for promotion, and open elections will happen in the spring of 2024. Voting window lasts for about a month, and after the end of the election, ballots will be counted and winners will be informed. So for a message to our members, we are so beyond incredibly blessed to have members all across the United States and even from members of other parts of the globe. Who you are and what you do truly matters. Please do not ever minimize your voice or the talents you bring. We are so lucky and blessed to have you. Our membership reflects the diverse nature of the clinical services that we're providing. And because of that, we have experts all across the fields of mental health. So we're asking for your voices. We're asking for you to be our emerging leaders. Your voice, your expertise, and your passion can help move AMHCA into the future. If you're interested in serving, interested in helping with leadership recruitment, or have questions, please contact me at info@amhca.org. We thank you so much for all that you do.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Frederick Dombrix, about the nominations committee. And also, I really personally loved to seeing your students in the counseling classroom, encouraging to be consider becoming AMHCA member. Hi, my name is Yoon-seo Mo. I am serving as a president-elect, and also for this current year, I'm serving concurrently as the annual conference planning committee chair, along with a group of amazing, very dedicated volunteering conference planning members, as well as our AMHCA leadership and also our AMHCA staff members, especially Rebecca has been very, very instrumental in helping plan for this conference. So as many of you might have already noticed, there is this information available about upcoming AMHCA annual conference. So in terms of the dates, through June 8th, June 8th, we're going to have a board of the directors meeting starting in the afternoon of that day in Charlotte, North Carolina. Through 9th through 10th, there will be annual chapter leadership training over 2-day period. And then beginning on the 9th of June 2024, pre-conference will get started in the afternoon. The main conference is going to be running from the 10th of June through 12th of June. And then, as I said briefly earlier, the location is going to be Charlotte, North Carolina. And the conference hotels are 2 different places are adjacent in that area. And then you get to see this address, the actual address for the conference site. And this year, the conference theme is HEAL. So there is an acronym. The letter H stands for Healing Through Counseling Relationships. The E stands for Equity. The letter A stands for Access. And lastly, not but not least, the L stands for Leadership. And also, I'm gonna go ahead. Ooh, maybe not. I had some questions that I thought that there may be an opportunity for the audience to get engaged and hear their voices about, what they would like to see, what content or topic areas they would like to see at the national conference, but I don't know. If you have those ideas, what I would do, I just typed in my email address. Please feel free to reach out to me, as well as our director of event, Rebecca, to hear about your voices, what you'd like to see at the national conference next year in Charlotte. And also because of this counseling theme being, HEAL, we would love to hear from our AMHCA members about what their individualized healing would look like. Because conference planning committee is considering to have some wellness sessions during the conference. And we really hope the conference to be not only for continuing education and professional development, but also the opportunity for attendees to fully heal in a way that means something to them individually. So we'd love to hear from you about your ideas, what your individual healing would look like. And we would like to incorporate those ideas into our planning for those wellness sessions. And so Rebecca just put it into the chat. Yes, absolutely. For more information details to our annual conference, please, as she said, the conference website is open, and also there is a call for reviewers, a call for proposals, a call for posters are all opened. Especially for proposals will be open until December 1st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Then, so some questions, let's see. Do you want to submit a proposal? Question number 3, yes, absolutely. Please, we encourage all these attendees. We have about, excluding panelists, 6 or 7 of us. So 40 attendees during this town hall meeting. Thank you so much for your time and being with us tonight. Please, our conference planning committee would like to encourage you to consider submitting a proposal for next year's conference. And how do you register for the conference? You can register for the conference through our website. And then, can I be a sponsor? Yes, definitely. So detailed information about possible sponsorship will be sent out pretty soon, because we, as conference planning committee, along with our staff and also leadership, we've been working very hard to get that ready. And then I see some questions, but I want to be more cognizant of, at the next speakers. So we will probably have some, time at the end of this town hall for Q&As. I will save, so those relevant questions for that particular Q&A sessions. So that's all I had today. Thank you so much. And please consider submitting a proposal for the conference. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dominique Avery, and I am the chair of the Counseling Compact Task Force. We're really excited to have a strong leadership within the Counseling Compact Task Force. We have quite a few continuing members and some new energy with our new membership. Our current leadership within the task force is myself as chair, and Dr. Gray Otis as the vice chair, and Denise Takaki. So sorry, I'm so not mispronouncing their last name. Takaki. I'm gonna try that one more time. Takaki. And we have our meetings once a month for our task force membership. And then we host an open office hours for all WAMCA members to get involved, find out what's happening in their state for the Counseling Compact, and hopefully engage in some advocacy activities. So we really want to hear from members who are in states that have not yet passed the Counseling Compact. As a reminder, the goal of the Counseling Compact is to improve access to mental health therapy services through portability and reciprocity practice across state lines, while also preserving the regulatory authority of states to protect the public health and safety. The Counseling Compact has grown significantly in recent years. This is the current map as of just a few days ago. We have 30 states that have passed the Counseling Compact. And if we hop to the next slide, this is absolutely incredible growth for any compact. It was introduced in 2021, and there were 2 states that joined in the remainder of the legislative sessions that were available during that time. In 2022, we had 15 states join, and in 2023, we had 13 states join. We've seen this happen with a lot of the healthcare and occupational compacts, other behavioral health compacts, therapy compacts, occupational compacts have also seen similar growth. So there's a real increase in awareness of the need for professionals to be mobile to be able to serve our clientele who are more mobile as well. We have 20 remaining states plus Washington, D.C. and the U.S. territories that have not yet joined the compact. Really interestingly, the overwhelming number of states who have already joined the compact, most of them have AMHCA chapters, active AMHCA chapters in their state. AMHCA has been really active in the grassroots efforts to pass the compact legislation. So we have a little bit of an uphill battle for us in the remaining states because we have about half the states do not have an AMHCA chapter, or don't have a currently active AMHCA chapter, which is why we really want to recruit AMHCA members in our remaining states, even if there isn't an AMHCA chapter. So we want to get involved. We want to support folks who are doing that grassroots advocacy on the state level. Currently, we have about 5 of those states that show active bills and legislation. We're actively working with some of those states in supporting them in the remainder of their legislative sessions to see if we can get some of those moving forward. And then we'll have a big onslaught of bills starting in January when most of the states go into their legislative session. So let's hop to the next slide. There we go. So our task force has a couple of the main things that we do. We host our task force office hour to do outreach to AMHCA membership. We also do outreach to member states. So we're actively connecting with and talking with representatives in the states to see what we can do to help support their movement forward. We've had several of our task force members, including myself, participate in state level town halls and info sessions, helping to provide guidance around the barriers that they're encountering and any of the additional strategies that folks may not have thought of. So we're sharing a lot of wisdom from the 30 states that have already passed the Counseling Compact. We have a guidance document of the steps to pass compact legislation that's available to our members, and we're actively monitoring the actions of the remaining states to see what we can do to help support further passage of the compact. Any questions can be directed to info@AMHCA and they'll be passed on to me. We have the Counseling Compact website, has the compact map, information about the Compact Commission meetings that are open to the public with minutes and agendas to find out where the commission is in the process of finalizing, getting it up and running. And then our AMHCA Compact page has recorded town halls and more information about the history of AMHCA's advocacy efforts for the compact. And that's all I have for folks today. I hope our members get in touch, and I look forward to connecting with more people.
Thank you, Dr. Dominique, for sharing about the Counseling Compact. Not only has AMHCA been involved in advancing the Counseling Compact, we have been involved in Medicare as well. But before I move on to Medicare, I just want to say thank you to all those who spoke. Thank you to Dr. Dominique and the work that she's doing with the Counseling Compact. Georgia was the first state to enact the Counseling Compact, and the chapter here is an affiliate chapter of AMHCA. So that was a milestone, not only for Georgia and LPCA of Georgia, but also for AMHCA. And I am from Georgia, so I want to give a shout out to Georgia and all those who helped, but also to the Counseling Compact Committee. We have a group of professionals who will have boots on the ground to come out and help states to enact the Counseling Compact. So if you need an assistance, then definitely contact Dr. Dominique. And again, we have a team that will put boots on the ground and keep them on the ground with you until you enact the Counseling Compact. Medicare, we have worked years for Medicare. And for the first time, the rules and the landscape has changed for our profession. As many of you already know, President Biden signed into law for licensed professional counselors and licensed marriage and family therapists starting January 1 to be able to assist and bill Medicare and support beneficiaries who are receiving services for Medicare. And that's those who are 65 years and older and someone who has a disability. So we are excited, we are elated that starting January 1, we can bill for Medicare. Now, there's a process to do that. And there will be a webinar, and I'll give you information in a few minutes on Friday that will talk about how do you get enrolled. But we just wanted to just highlight and say thank you to everyone who participated in all the grassroots efforts. And in those grassroots efforts, we arrived at this place that we can bill for Medicare because of Mental Health Access Improvement Act, HR 432. Licensed professional counselor again, and LMFT, we will approve Medicare Part B providers. And it went through the passage of the Consolidated Appropriation Act of 2023. So this is a legislation that is extremely important for our profession. It represents what we can do when we work collaboratively together. And we did that for years. Unfortunately, COVID-19 happened, but because of it, we were able to advance and get the needed bills passed and get signed into law to be able, again, to provide services to those who have Medicare. Now, we won't go into depth of everything tonight about Medicare. How do you get it? When did it start? But we've been doing that along the way with the coalition. We are part of a coalition of several professional organizations. And these webinars were hosted by NBCC on their platform, but it was done in collaboration with the entire mental health workforce coalition. And you have listed for you all of those webinars and links so that you can go in and review, listen, and be up to date on everything about Medicare. There's another webinar coming up on Friday, November the 17th at 12 noon. So are you ready for Medicare enrollment? Again, the topic will be the enrollment process, and we'll have experts to come in from CMS to talk about the process. So we encourage you to register, listen, and go back and review the slides, or as well as the PowerPoints that have been provided through the links and the videos. We have a host of information provided for you. And again, this information was done and provided for you from a collaboration from the Mental Health Workforce Coalition. And as you can see, we provided for you that information so you can see how we work together in the profession, from the American Counseling Association, the American Association of Marriage and Family Therapy, the Association of Behavioral Health and Wellness, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapy, Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson Research, Center for Medicare Advocacy, National Association of County Behavioral Health and Development Disabilities Director, National Council of Aging, National Council of Mental Wellbeing, National Board for Certified Counselors, National Association for Rural Mental Health, Centerstone, and then, of course, the American Mental Health Counselors Association. We have worked with these organizations to help advance and elevate the profession. And so again, please make sure that you attend the webinar on this coming Friday. AMHCA continues to elevate the profession. You've heard some great things tonight about what we're doing. We do participate in the Counseling Compact organization as we begin to form and stand it up. AMHCA is one of the organizations that is an ex-official organization of the Counseling Compact, which means we provide guidance, we provide the needed support. And I am the representative from AMHCA who goes and does that for AMHCA. You heard individuals mention the Journal of Mental Health Counseling. So we encourage, if you are a writer and you want to share your research, we encourage you to submit your manuscript so that you can be published. You heard Dr. Deidre talk about the Suicide Certificate Program. One of the things I absolutely love about that program is that the individuals who designed that program are members of AMHCA. They're members, she is a member of AMHCA. And so we were very excited that Anna was able to develop this program, work with TPN, and engage us so that we can be partners. And the course has gone exceptionally well. We're also a member of the American Association of State Counseling Boards. And this is where counseling board members come together to talk about current issues and be a support to each other, and again, help elevate the profession. What you will see that they will produce is a document, a collaboration of all the members involved that talks about telemental health as well as artificial intelligence. And you will see in our code of ethics that we've added an addendum to talk about and to address artificial intelligence. I've mentioned to you about the mental health workforce, but also we are part of an interdisciplinary coalition. And this is a new coalition that has formed, but it's a coalition that involves counselors, social workers, psychologists, marriage and family therapists. And this is the first of its kind. And so we're excited to build it and to grow it out. And then lastly, we are part of the mental health liaison group. And this is indeed the largest workforce group that promotes and advocates for mental health. And so advocacy is extremely important because with advocacy, you are able to elevate the profession. And so at this time, we'll open it up. We have about 5 or so minutes for Q&A. And I know some of you entered questions and submitted them earlier. Ms. Rebecca Woodson shared some of those questions, and I think we've addressed some of them. But what we will do is now pause to see if there are any questions in the chat that we can address, as well as the questions that you submitted that we have not had a chance to address at this time. And so I'll definitely ask all of the panelists to come back on and show their faces so that they can answer any questions that our attendees and audience may have at this time. Were there any questions in the chat that we need to address? Any questions? So
I can read the questions out if you'd like.
Thank you.
There was a question when we were talking about, I guess, a lot of the kind of lobbying and things like that. Someone wanted to know who our lobbyist was right now or what firm we're using.
We're currently not using a firm or a lobbyist. What we're doing in that particular area, we work in groups and work in coalition because our voice is heard when we talk about numbers. And legislators and so forth, they hear us when we come in numbers. So when we say we're working with the Workforce Coalition, the Mental Health Workforce Coalition, when we're working with the Mental Health Liaison Group, we're saying that is a vehicle that we're utilizing to help lobby for. We're joining and working collaboration with other leaders and those within our profession to lobby and make sure our voice is heard and make sure we can advance our agenda. It's because of the Workforce Coalition that we have Medicare. So you can see the benefit of working together in collaboration. Great question.
Next question is, could AI possibly affect counselors' job security in the future? And real quick, before you answer that, I was going to say, I know we've had a couple people pop up with their hand raised. If you can put your questions in the chat, that will make sure that we can answer those, in order that they're received. Thank you.
That's a great question, Ms. Woodson. I'll let others answer. But, I would simply say AI, artificial intelligence, I think every industry will experience some type of, and I'm trying to look for the best word, but artificial intelligence will impact, I think, every profession. But the good thing about our profession and what we do is that we're able to walk alongside someone in their journey. We're able to hold out hope, or our hope join their hope as they heal, as they journey through life, and as they cope with suffering. So we deal with matters of the heart. Artificial intelligence will definitely have a place and a role, but that human connection that we need to walk through this journey called life, I don't think that piece can be replaced 100%. But I'll let someone else weigh in if anyone else wants to weigh in. All right, we can move on to the next question. Ms. Woodson?
Yes. What leadership positions on the board are open this coming year for elections?
Is Dr. Fred still here? I know he's teaching his class.
He's not.
He's not. So he's teaching his class. So what we will do, he made an announcement, and we say that in October, November, we will tell everyone, hey, elections are coming. And when elections come and we send out the information for 2024, you would definitely see the position for president-elect. Young Sumu will move into the position of president. Dr. Deidre Sandra Burnett will advance to the position of immediate past president, and that's the role that Dr. Dombrowski served currently. So we know the president-elect position will be open. There possibly will be some board, some directors position that may open. I'm not 100% about that, but look out for that announcement that will come out. This year, we appointed a secretary, and we're looking to appoint a parliamentarian. And we're looking to add that into the bylaws. And once we do, those positions will become voting positions. And so as we move forward, those will become positions that individuals can submit applications for. Any more questions, or is that about it? Sounds like we've answered a lot, and that's a great thing. If there are additional questions that you submitted and that we did not address, then by all means, please reach out back to us, and we'll be more than happy to address your question and answer your questions. And if not, put you in the right direction. We're pretty sure that we can assist. Any questions? I'm trying to read one question. It seems all positions require counseling licensure. Are there any positions outside of being in a committee open for students? Let me go back. I want to read that again, make sure I got it right. It seems all positions require counseling licensure. I will say one of the things that we look for particularly, that are you a member of AMHCA? Do you have leadership skills? Licensure, that piece, we will verify that's a requirement. In the past, being licensed had not been a requirement to hold an office or position, because we invite students to join, we invite students to become leaders. We have committee chairs, and some of them may be in the process of obtaining their licensure, and some may already have their license in a particular state. So we encourage all to get involved. If you're interested in getting involved, then please do so. One of the benefits of being licensed, particularly when you talk about a regional director role or a member of the executive committee, president-elect, things of that nature, it provides you with just a wealth of knowledge and the experience to be able to share, to be able to be a mentor, and just to lead from a place of understanding. But we are open, we are a diverse organization, and we have opportunities open to all, regardless of licensure, race, religion, and all those things. So we are an organization that welcomes diversity.
We have another question. Does AMHCA have any formal or informal representation in ACA?
We used to be a member, a branch of ACA, and we are not. We are our own independent standing organization. So currently, we do not have a seated position with ACA, but we do work collaboratively with ACA. As shared earlier, the Workforce Coalition, they're a member of, and we work in collaboration with them. We work in collaboration with them as part of the American Association of State Counseling Boards. So we maintain a relationship that's workable, that's respectful, and we're all here to serve the profession. I work with their CEO as well as we interact with their president, and again, to elevate the profession. And thank you for that post and comment as we wind up the time. It's 8 o'clock. And so if you want to join AMHCA, we provide the information. The website is www.amhca.org. Please join us, and then join us. But what we want to do is see you in the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for joining. Again, see you in the Queen City for our annual conference. Have a good night.